Christ, that's loud. Loud in my ear hole, anyway. Right. Let's get this show on the road. Okay. Go. Alright. Time to do some fire promoter, I think. Have to get used to doing this on my own again. Alright, so last show went okay. Could have been better, could have been worse. I'm going to lose that because I've released some people. Not so much to save money, just the people that we haven't been using too much. Right, just got a message from my good boy Michael Greene there, so he'll be joining us momentarily. In the meantime, I'm going to book a short show. So we'll do a cross-promotional show with... Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Oh, what? It won't let us try again for someone else. Well, that's disappointing. We'll just try again with someone else. How do they not have enough wrestlers? They've got loads. Okay. So that was disappointing to start with. Right. Yeah, whatever. So we'll proceed. Oh shit, no, I suppose I better book the show. Book 10 cozy. Make sure it's not the 6-man belts they've got. Hell yeah. So let's see what the Randall gives us. Johnny Impact, Amy Alonzi. Okay. Scrub these at the top, so we will have 10 cozy. Defending against looking sharp and Krager. They're both strong boys. We best make that a strong style match. Alright. Main event. Minoru Suzuki versus a bear. Let's take them belts. And I'll slip Gene money. Okay. Yeah. Let's go to Japan. We're doing okay there. Save. And nobody no-showed. That's to our advantage. Oh. And we'll Benny Hill most of this. Or speedier anyway, because it shouldn't be too long before Michael's joining us. Blah blah blah.
Fight.
Yeah. Get down, Stone. Yeah, get him, Amy. Get him. I think Thick Rick might be on the other. Oh wait, no, Thick Rick's on the turnbuckle pads. Yeah, get me. How is everyone, by the way? Hope you're all doing good. Getting pinned. Yes! Won the Amy. Pimp Juice for Amy. No. Benny Hill this one. Mance Warner versus our girl Emily Hayden. Hayden. Shut up, me. Yeah, smart Amy. The reversal win. Oh, you meanie match. Thank you for the subscription, that Canadian bird. One moment, I'm just trying to help Michael sort out Discord. What are you doing with all those chairs, Mance? So how is everybody in the chat? Like, I've already asked my boy Jim, you all doing well? And hello, we might have a Michael.
I have me. How you going, my friend?
I'm doing good. How's yourself?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. It's 20 past 7 in the morning here, so things are going well.
Oh wow! Well, you've joined us. I've actually I didn't know how long you were going to be, so I threw together a card myself, and I'm just I'm just kind of like Benny Hilling all of them, basically.
Yep, that's fine with me, my friend.
But I quickly reshare the link. Now, also, if you look at the Discord now, you'll be able to see the game. Like, if you look in it, like in our chat,
Yep.
you should be able to see the game now, so that'll be helpful.
Yep, I can see that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
So we're good, we're sorted.
So, perfect.
Yeah, how are you today?
I am fantastic, my friend. It's a Saturday morning here. We're still in lockdown, so haven't got much planned. Only thing really on the cards today is my wife has a seminar, a video seminar with Mike Quackenbush later today.
Oh, sweet.
Should be pretty good. Yeah, should be interesting.
Right, so let's get this back up and going. So I'm just going to Benny Hill this card.
Alrighty.
One moment. I'll pop the link in the Twitch chat.
Did we manage to get the two people that you said that I was going to book on the show?
Not Mustafa Ali, for not the reason that you would think.
Oh no! What's he done?
No, I didn't have him in the game, and the reason for that is
okay.
the person, because I did have him, but I removed it because I didn't think it was too great a representation of him. But I forgot to put him back in before I started this save. Now, if I had the mods active, I'd be able to just unlock him through scouting, but
yeah,
unfortunately that's not the case. But I do have I do have your good wife though, so.
Oh, fantastic! Looking forward to that one. It's pretty funny. We've just Mustafa just doing this game exactly what he's doing in his actual career and just sort of being around.
Yeah.
Kind of sad, really.
I know.
He'll show up one day, maybe.
I've popped the new link into the Discord chat, by the way, just if you want to help spread the word of what we're doing.
Perfect. I can do that, my friend.
So, we'll just Benny Hill all of these, and then we'll get to boot my card for you. I actually tried to get Mustafa Ali to do one of these.
He's a really good dude.
Yep.
I catch up with him fairly regularly and talk to him and stuff.
He was up for it, but WWE wouldn't let him, basically.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
So, Angel Hayes versus Aisha Raymond, Benny Hill style. What would be your strategy for a Benny Hill match?
I guess just as much running as humanly possible, or else it's not really a Benny Hill match, is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's like when Mania was on recently. Watching it without the crowds was very awkward.
Yeah.
And so my wife put a video of it up on her TikTok, and she actually added the Benny Hill music behind the back of it. I think it was the Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn, and it timed perfectly with when they were running around outside the ring. Oh, it was fantastic.
Speaking of TikTok type things, that Don't Rush challenge that Gene Money put out today.
I haven't seen it. I woke up and it was on my notification.
It is the best.
Is it good?
It's like everyone else just needs to just quit it now because no one's going to top his.
Oh, I love him so much. He's so good.
I was like honestly
he's
nearly in tears watching it. It was so funny.
He's one of that new batch of wrestlers who have just absolutely they've figured out the best engagement with social media, and they're absolutely running with it.
Totally.
Between people like him and like Effie and Danhausen and Warhorse, people like that they're this next batch of wrestlers who are making the most of the fact that they've got a character that works perfectly well, and they're running with it with social media. And so many of these older guys are very critical of it, but I mean, who are the biggest names in the independent scene at the moment? It's those guys.
Oh, totally. I mean, those...
All people I absolutely love to use as well.
Like, whenever I talk about wrestlers on social media, Danhausen, Warhorse and Effie are generally the first three names that I throw out.
Yeah. I love watching all their content going up, and especially at the moment, Warhorse is doing so well with what he's got at the moment, with us all being locked in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Breeze Horse ones.
Yeah, Breeze Horse is so good. I've been watching those sort of as they come out, and he's as soon as we can get out of this situation, and however long it may take, whenever wrestling comes back, I'm really looking forward to seeing what sort of stuff he has planned.
Yeah.
Same with Danhausen. I mean, Danhausen just started getting a bit more exposure with being on Ring of Honor and stuff like that. He's someone who the two of them, especially, and Effie, the three of them really, they've got a huge careers in front of them. I don't necessarily see any of them in WWE. Like, a lot of people think that's the end goal for everyone in wrestling. I don't think that's really the case anymore.
I mean, certainly not to the extent that it used to be, at least.
No, definitely not. I mean, I know so many people that we're friends with, that we work with. That's not the goal. I know personally, my wife, her goal, if she goes anywhere that she doesn't want to go to WWE, she'd rather go. Her dream, in inverted commas, is Stardom. That's where she'd like to end up.
All right, okay.
And she wants to do the UK, and she'd love to go back and wrestle in the Netherlands, where she's from. Pro Wrestling Holland production over there. She wants to wrestle over there, just to sort of say that she's wrestled in her home country. And I think that's really cool. It's good that the scene is lively enough now that there's a viable alternative. And I mean, if you told, you and I are both of the age, if you told us that there'd be another competitor of the level of WWE after the WCW folded,
none of
us would believe it.
Oh, totally. No worries, Adam in the chat. Hello, how are you doing, pal?
Hey, my friend.
I mean, don't worry. Like, Michael was late as well. It's cool.
Yeah. I woke up and I decided I felt a lot more filthy than I thought I would, and went and had a shower.
No worries. We'll just Benny Hill this card that I threw together, and when I say threw together, it's like literally a randomised card.
Perfect.
Which is why we've got shit like Warden Banks versus Grado.
I'd watch the hell of that. That'd be fantastic.
Like, the thing with your, like, you brought up your wife Lily Faye, who's obviously a wrestler in her own right. One of the things that's come up a few times during this, because we signed Jokey, is accents. Because, like, she's Italian but lives in Glasgow, and like, she's got this adorable accent where it's basically Italian, but every now and then there's like bits of like Scottish in there, like the way she pronounces words and stuff, and it sounds really cool. And I would assume like Lily has kind of the same thing between like a New Zealand accent and Dutch.
Yeah. Well, her accent's actually completely different again, because when he's learned English, he's learned it almost off. It's like Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens saying that he learned English off watching, Jim Ross and listening to Jim Ross. Lily learned English and off like through TV and stuff, and so her accent's almost American or Canadian. So she gets that all the time whenever we go places and stuff. That she doesn't really ever sound Dutch, apart from obviously when she talks about specific things and puts the accent on. Her family, very, very Dutch. Like when we got married, the celebrant and even me couldn't pronounce her last name. So when she got married, she took my name. That was a lot easier for all of us because I to this day cannot pronounce her maiden name. It was intense. Enunciate the phlegm is the advice I was given.
I'm just imagining like all of her family in the like the seats just kind of leaning forward intensely.
Everyone knew full well that everyone was going to struggle with it, and they all just cracked up laughing. And I was like, at least they've admitted that they know it's going to be difficult for everyone involved. So
yeah,
thanks for that.
It puts me in mind of
it's
the Drew Galloway thing.
It's very interesting because whenever she cuts promos and stuff, when she first started out, we ran with that she was from Beverly Hills. When we were doing shows, she was the Beverly Hills 9021, and that was her character. But as obviously her career's continued, she's gone a different direction. Part of our big bad faction in Heathens Redacted, and so she's gone a different direction there. She's had a match at our debut show that ended up winning New Zealand Match of the Year.
That was the bar fight with Carly, right?
Oh, one, yeah, the one that we've got Tom Campbell did commentary for us on it, and yeah, that ended up that took her career in a completely different direction. No one could have seen the fact that she sitting on the ring apron and watching that happen. I'm so proud of the two of them, her and Tali. The two of them absolutely brought it, and couldn't have asked for anything more. She couldn't be. She herself said, everyone said she's not that character anymore, because she legitimized herself. Just like the very first strike of the match, when Tali punches her square in the face, actually busted her open, and she bled the whole match. And it was a great visual. She said didn't hurt or anything, but because she's got like real weak blood vessels in her nose, just made her bleed straight away. So we've got some amazing photos out of it, and yeah, took her character in a completely different direction. So she's now the Valkyrie of New Zealand wrestling, which is fantastic. She's I'm very proud. I'm very proud of my wife. She's doing a fantastic job. Got a great future ahead of herself. And being part of this group of giant jackasses who are sort of running rampant through my promotion at the moment. Very interested to see where they go. She's because they're going up and down the country as well, across New Zealand. She wrestles regularly in Wellington, which is the further down the country, and in Christchurch, which is the other end of the country. The whole faction go down there and stuff. And yeah, she's definitely well in demand, and I'm very, very proud of her. And yeah, I could gush about my wife and her wrestling all day. But yeah.
We got a comment in the chat there from my mate Jim saying, about in regards to how she learned English from TV, kind of the same way Kevin Owens did. Part of me thought he was going to say she learned off Jerry Lawler, which would be very unfortunate.
The longer he's around, the more I question the tone depth of the company, I suppose, is the best way to put it. Especially as of recent, he just he's something else, that's for sure.
Right, the game's actually frozen there, so we'll need to restart it.
Oh, good. Okay.
I don't know if it's matches with Rosemary or Bam Bam Bigelow that are doing it.
Okay, I suppose if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be the two of them.
Yeah. Also, a question from Adam. What is it like booking your wife?
So this is a thing that everyone jokes about, where, you look at other companies where it happens, where the people who are sleeping their way to the top of a promotion. The running gag is that, and she'll tell you this, is that she can't even get booked to win in the promotion her husband runs.
That was the thing, because when I made her in the game, I was trying to look up matches on YouTube and that to get the moveset down, and but I couldn't get a finisher because she bloody lost all of them.
Yeah. She uses the wing clipper, the Angel Gaza, and I just remember the very first time that because prior to that she was using a Dragon Sleeper or a Widow's Peak, but when we started transitioning to this new character, we're like, oh, well, we need to find, she was like, I want to try and find a newer finisher. I mean, this is all breaking kayfabe stuff and sort of the behind the scenes stuff. I wanted to try and transition her into this newer character, and so we tried to find a new finisher for her, and it just so happened that I'd seen a dark match or a live show of Angel Gaza, and I saw that finisher, and it was spectacular. It's just one of those moves you look at and it looks horrific, but the first time she hit it was the first match she had with Tali, which was down in Asylum Pro, sort of our sister promotion in Christchurch, and she hit that, and the crowd was like, ooh. So we were like, all right, cool. So she's established as this big, strong character now, but so we had to try and figure out the best sort of run of the storyline for her. As you said, for her, she's made it clear, the winning and losing isn't what's important to her. All she really wants is to go out there and have a match that people will enjoy and people will talk about.
Oh yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah. So we're at the moment we're putting up because obviously we were supposed to be having our next show was supposed to be in 2 weeks' time,
right?
First weekend in May, and it's obviously not going to be happening at the moment because we're in lockdown and nothing. I'd say nothing. We're in what's called a level 4 lockdown. I don't expect there'll be anything happening in as far as wrestling goes for many months here. I'd say probably not to like a level 1 or level 2, probably more like a level 1. And at the moment we're putting up the previous show we'd had February up on YouTube, match by match. I'm putting a match up each day at the moment, so we've got some content, and she was in what was supposed to be our main event of the February show, but if you see, it'll be tomorrow, it'll go up, that match. She didn't wrestle because we had the newest member of Redacted join the group and swap himself in her place in this tag match. So she said, she's quite happy. Obviously, as part of a faction, she doesn't need to wrestle as long as she's part of the show.
Yeah.
So she and that's the great thing about the fact that they're a 4-person faction. They quite regularly have tag matches, and the whole thing is the opponents never know which 2 of the 4 they're going to get.
Right. Okay.
And they don't They did a show in CPW, another promotion we worked with the other day, or maybe just a couple of weeks ago before lockdown, and it was them as a faction versus sort of their rival faction, the Collective.
Yeah.
And the whole thing had been hyped to being the other 2 members, or 2 of the other members, Bryant and William Cutting, had been sort of hyped as the opponents, and last minute she jumped in on and started choking out one of the guys with a chain, and turns out she was one of the members of wrestling. As far as booking her goes from that, she's been a very big help with me regarding sitting down, working out the whole process of a show. Like my team that I work with is quite a good team, quite small.
Because you're a relatively new promotion as well, aren't you?
Yeah. We started last year, but this had been a long process. A couple of years. I'd worked backstage because originally I'd been training to be a wrestler as well. There's a group of us that all started at the same time. My neck, back, and shoulders, I've had far too many injuries, and it was too uncomfortable. I couldn't continue. I was getting a lot of continual pains and stuff from training, so decided to stop and ended up just sort of helping out with training and sort of running promo capacity. And then the promotion that we were all training with, they said, we've got the show coming up, we need someone to help book a card. And someone suggested, oh, Michael's quite good at that sort of stuff. Flick it to him, see what he can do. So I booked the show and did quite well. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. Do you want to come on board as a booker? And I did some wrestling for them as well. So we went to go do some booking for them, and things didn't really work out. So we decided as a group, we were like, the guy who was training us had kind of had enough of the promotion as well. And so we were like, well, on the down low, let's quietly start a promotion. Use us, use the people that we're friends with outside of this group. And so that happened, and we were working on it very quietly for about 9 months. And then there was some fracturing in the group. So another group of us splintered off and started it, and happened again. And it ended up, there was the 4 of us who were sort of the core group of it, and we were like, it's us that are doing it. It's not the people who started it with us. So I sat down and I said, well, look, I'll take the reins. I'll do it all. So I was supposed to launch a year before I did, on the same day that we ran our first show. Right. And there was a charity show that was happening, and that we were looking at doing. We had there's a guy here called Mitchell Fells, who is quite frankly the biggest wrestling fan in New Zealand.
Right. Okay.
Mitchell's in a wheelchair. He's got some health issues, and we were going to help raise him some money because he was going to be sent to WrestleMania. So we were like, oh, well, that will be a cool thing. We'll run a show and we'll donate all the profits to him for that. And it ended up that we were going to try and get it, and that was going to be our debut show. And I didn't. The more I thought about it, the more I planned it. I was like, it's not quite. I don't quite want it to. It's not going to work. I need a bit more time. So I decided I would. I'd pull back, and somebody else jumped on, and they picked up where I started, and they ran the show, and it did fantastic. And I ended up going to Australia instead. Yeah. And I went and learnt, and I went to a couple of shows there for a couple of different promotions. Spoke to their management staff, spoke to their bookers, and I just went and sat under the learning tree for a couple of months. I spent more time watching other promotions, watching and speaking to wrestlers, speaking to promoters, speaking to people in all facets of the company, camera crew, ring crew, referees, all that sort of stuff, to get an idea of what the way to do things would be. And I decided I was going to come at things from a different sort of perspective. A lot of people in New Zealand come at wrestling from like a WWE American indie sort of style. Yeah. I think that's the same a lot of places. Yeah, and I watch primarily British wrestling, or the European wrestling in general. So I took a bold step of, and it's not one that anyone does here. I decided I was going to run 18 plus venues, licensed venues. Everyone here runs family-friendly shows, and I thought, oh well, I'll take the risk, and I'll run a venue. I found there's amazing venue in my hometown, Altitude, now 07. It got bought out over the last show before it got changed over, and it had everything that I wanted in a venue. And so I decided I'll build off that. And the people who run it are so involved and so keen to be involved that it's made it a lot easier. I won't run shows anywhere but there. They do so much to help promote us, and I proved to myself, and I suppose to everyone else, that you can be successful running an adult-oriented product, which is something that's sort of unheard of in New Zealand, and I'm very proud of myself for that. And coming back around to this, the fact that I had, I suppose, women's wrestling is always looked at as quite, it's still to this day almost looked down. So when I was booking Lily and Tali for their match on that show, it was the match that had come into the show with the most history. Yeah. And the two of them got on when they first met and they did the show in Christchurch. They got on like a house on fire.
Because Tarly's quite well known in Australia, right?
Yeah, and she's Seth Rollins' trainee. She's multi-time champion in Australia. Absolutely lovely, absolutely phenomenal in the ring. Crowd connects with her instantly. You can't help but love her. And we decided that we were going to go really lean into the fact that it's this really bubbly, lovely, happy person, and Lily's character, which is a real sort of loudmouth, snotty mean girl. And I trusted the two of them. Like we knew how it was going to work. We knew what the gimmick was going to be. We decided, like, we've got this bar, we've got this. It's an 18+ venue. Let's really make the most of it.
Yeah, I hate to interrupt, by the way, but we've just had something happen in the game. So our main event was Minoru Suzuki versus a bear for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
That's amazing.
And the bear won, and the match evaluation was 69%.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it's not a high rating by any stretch, but a great way to end a show.
But your heavyweight champion's a bear.
Yeah, that more than makes up for it.
I'd actually pay good money to see Minoru Suzuki versus the bear.
And yes, Tigray, that is the bear's first belt. I think.
That's fantastic. Oh, mate, a bear.
So yeah, so our show did pretty decent. Well, we can send people to Stardom or New Japan this month.
Nice.
Or a bunch of Japanese companies, actually. Basically, anyone we don't use, we can send them out on loan for the month, so that they're still working.
Oh yeah. They can go off on what's the word I'm looking for? Like
oh dear, Riddle's talking shit about us. Because I released them last month because whoever made them, I think, has based it more on his like MMA. So he was just like wiping people out, and the matches were getting low ratings. So that was why I released him, and now he's talking shit about us in the dirt sheets.
Oh mate, it's. I thought Matt Riddle was not the sort of person who'd do that unless you were old wrestler from WCW.
No, I've met Riddle. He's a lovely man. He's absolute sweetheart.
I've never heard a bad word about the guy.
He's so nice.
Everyone I know who's met him, he's lovely.
He's honestly like a complete and utter sweetheart.
He was described to me by somebody as a big teddy bear that kicks things.
That's pretty accurate.
I'm like, he's one of those people that when he signs his WWE, happy, but I was so scared as to what they're going to do with him.
Yeah, but
he's thriving, and I'm so happy for him for that. It's so fantastic.
Right, so
it's the same. The one I'm very interested to see what happens with him is Thatcher.
Oh yeah,
that's a man I never ever thought would go, but here we are, I guess. And I suppose he debuted as a tag champ.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty unheard of, to be honest.
Mm.
Oh shit, we've run out of like all of our merch. This is the boring bit where we have to do like admin. The most exciting part of a stream, obviously.
It's the most exciting part of running a show too, my friend.
We've got action figures and everything. It's great. No,
that's just something that we're in the process of doing at the moment. Is we put a couple of designs out there for doing T-shirts. Mm-hmm. It was something we were in the process of working out and getting printed before all this happened. Man, it's an exciting part because it's like, oh well, all these things that we've imagined are actually coming to pass, but man, it's boring. We got some shirts printed up for Redacted for the last show to the big reveal as to who the most recent member of the group was. We had, I don't know if you've seen their logo. It's the names of the faction with the white lines and stuff, like it's like things been redacted, and we had a piece of tape over the last member's name, and as they revealed who he was, they pulled the tape off, and it was one of those visuals that I'm so happy worked out when it actually worked out. That was so fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's like you can't sell them online without blowing the surprise.
Oh, it's happened now. We're intending to sell them once this all happens, and we got obviously some shirts for the promotion as well. But yeah, it's right. It's an interesting thing. Like all the stuff that comes with running a promotion. I'm really enjoying it though. It's something I've wanted to do. Like when I found a book, one of my old school books, and when I was in third form, which is the equivalent of like the first year of high school. Right. I found a book that had my English class from that year, the very first year of high school, and we had to write a autobiography about ourselves, and at the end of it, we had to write what we saw ourselves doing in the future, what we'd want to do. And 13-year-old Michael's future was apparently I was going to be in a tag team with The Undertaker.
Oh.
So that was me. Who'd think that now at 35 I'd be involved in wrestling and The Undertaker still wouldn't be retired?
That's a fair point, actually, yeah.
Pretty ridiculous. I just saw my boy Spike Trevay. Grab him. My most favourite.
He's knocked us back.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like. Yeah. That sounds like.
He's done that a few times. Quite a few people have wanted to bring him in, and he always says no.
What about Mambo?
Mambo is knocking us back too.
Oh.
I mean, if you can just think of some names, I'll have a look for them because I know who's all in the game.
Cara Noir at the top there, and Ridgeway definitely.
Cara's in. We've had him before. Ridgeway said no before. I'll try again. Yeah.
Sweet.
Like usually, if someone said no before, they generally will continue to do so unless like something big changes.
Yeah. Who else? Who else you got there? Scroll down. Let's grab Danny Luna if we can.
Danny Luna, where is she?
She was up a bit, I think.
Tell you what, there's two ways of getting people onto your show in this. You can either invite them in for like a one-off, which is what we're doing now, or you can like sign them to a contract, in which case you always have them. Danny's told us to bolt as well.
Bloody Schadenfreude kids.
Yeah. Now we're into all like the NXT UK people because WWE went out of business in this save.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm surprised I haven't seen any cuts during this big cut of all the roster. I'm surprised there hasn't been anyone from NXT UK yet. But
I know. I'm thankful for that because there's a lot of good people on there. But
yeah, there is.
And T-Gray in the chat says hello.
It's a very interesting time. I feel so sorry for a whole bunch of...
Oh, God, yeah.
Grab Lana Roston if you can. I feel so sorry for some of the amazing men and women who have lost their jobs, and people like Gianna Perazzo. I think Gianna Perazzo is fantastic, and I think she never really... I feel she never really got a chance to show herself.
Yeah.
Because I watched her in like Shimmer. I've watched her in Stardom and stuff like that, and I just think she's someone. She's so young. She's still got so much to like give.
Yeah.
And she's got that. She's got the passion for it as well, which is really nice.
T-Gray in the chat says hello, by the way.
I've just put it up on my TV. Hello.
Oh, you've got it up there. Cool.
I've got it up on TV now. I managed to figure it out. I'm not adept with technology as much as my wife is, but I'll get there.
Right. So that's like the European free agents part. We've also got like Latin America, Japan, and North America. Although some people have shown up in random places.
Charlie Evans.
Yeah.
Charlie Evans.
For some reason, a bunch of the Eve girls have shown up in Latin America. Yeah, Charlie told us to bolt. Lana Austin's in though.
Lana Austin, she's great.
Oh yeah.
Mike Bird. Oh, Mike Bird. I'll tell you what, that promo that he did for that match in Riptide with him and Kara is a thing of beauty.
He said no.
It's one of the most intense and like, it's so well done. I will gush to anyone who'll listen about how much I love Riptide. Everything they do is amazing. And especially their promos. I've started sending promos and stuff that they do to my roster and stuff. Oh, grab Dakota Kai because she's a Kiwi.
She said no. Must because we booked her against Johnny that time and he beat her.
Bugger. I'm so impressed with everything they do, and I'm quite fortunate that I'm quite good friends with the people behind the scenes there. They've been a big inspiration to everything we do in Heathens as well. The way that we run things, the way that we push promos and stuff online.
That's a point. I know I've got TK Cooper in the game, but I don't know. He's not unlocked in the scouting bit, unfortunately.
Okay.
Same with Travis Banks, I think. Perhaps. Yeah, no, he might be in among the NXT UK. Oh, there's Travis Banks. But he's not in. He wants nothing to do with us. We've got our Japan segment here.
Yep.
There's some legends in here as well. You know, Shinya Hashimoto, Bull Nakano.
Oh, grab Bull Nakano. She's great.
She always says yes, by the way. There we go. Oh, that's great news, CJ. Go for it.
Hey. What else we got?
I would warn against bringing in too many outside people, by the way, because there is always the risk that they'll no-show. And that can plummet your show rating.
Okay, let's leave it at that then.
All right.
I think I'm okay with that.
All right, good.
Yeah,
you've seen the roster.
I'll leave. I won't grab anyone really from America. Let's go and do a non-American show.
All right. Oh, and you can invite people from other companies as well.
Oh, okay.
I will say anyone from Impact or Ring of Honor will probably say no. They don't like us because we took some of their top stars.
Much like Real Ring.
Yeah. Whereas New Japan, AEW, and Stardom all like us.
Oh yeah. Pretty good companies to work with.
Yeah. That was how we were able to get Suzuki and Tenkozy on the last show.
Nice. Oh, Tenkozy, fantastic.
So if there's anyone from those three companies you can think of.
Let's grab let's go Stardom. Let's grab have we got a Jamie Hayter and Hana Kimura?
Jamie Hayter is I think they're both among the free agents now, because we actually had Hana Kimura for a bit, so we should be able to get her again though. Yep, Hana Kimura's in. Jamie Hayter has knocked us back before, unfortunately.
I saw that she's just had to head back to the UK from Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because obviously with all this going, they're trying to send people back to their... some people are heading back to their home countries and stuff. We had, obviously, all the heaps of the Kiwi and Aussies who are in the UK at the moment. Have head back. I've had a whole bunch of my friends who are wrestling in the UK and Australia are all headed back to New Zealand. So yeah, it's a horrible time for everyone, really.
But it sucks.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. And the fact that you're doing stuff like this, something I think you've done fantastic is doing this. It's something really cool, something really interesting and different. And I think it's the fact you're getting all these people as well is to help you out. It's really, I really enjoy it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, there's more people have got sort of lined up. It's just a case of trying to sort when, because
Yep.
obviously a lot of people have got real life stuff to deal with right now, and a lot of people's like mental health's tanking, and maybe they're not up to being like on a stream for like a couple hours or whatever, which is fair enough. I totally get it.
Yep.
But let's book us a show. So you're happy with who we have?
Yep, I'm happy with that. All right, so
just a word of warning: you can't have like triple threats or four ways in this mode.
That's fine.
It's just like single, tag, 6-person, 8-person, and handicap matches.
Okay, so start with singles. Let's go. You got Cara Noir. Let's open with Cara Noir.
So Cara Noir.
Let's do Cara Noir versus Hello Wicked.
Oh,
That's a match I've always wanted to see.
that'd be hella good.
I have a big thing about wrestlers who are big on their theatrics and presence. People like Cara, someone like Hello Wicked, Su Young.
Oh, Su Young's great.
People like Su Young's amazing. Have you seen the matches that she had the long weekend in Riptide? Like her versus Cara and her versus Jean?
I've seen bits of her versus Jean.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it?
I love him as well. Like comes out and literally decks a ghost.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of no ghost. That's a lie. I'm fucking terrified. So good. All right, second match. If I've learned anything, your second match is a tag match.
All right.
I've learned either the second match is always the woman or a tag match.
All right. So what are we going with here?
Let's go. Let's go a mixed tag match. Let's do Addie Starr.
All right.
And Addie Starr and Andrew Everett versus Joe Hendry and who else? Joe Hendry and Piper Niven.
Ah, Source Wrestling School represent. I'd watch that.
Yeah, me too. That'd be a hell of a match. Okay, third match. Let's go. You got Hana Kimura. Let's do Hana Kimura.
Hana Kimura's in.
Yep, let's do Hana Kimura versus Rosemary.
Oh.
Let's do that
Double check.
How many matches are generally on these cards?
You're allowed up to 10.
Okay. I was taught never go more than 8. We generally go between 6 and 8. We've got like.
I mean, I think that's regular for most independent promotions, to be honest.
I've planned as with our shows in general. I've planned as far ahead as I've planned about a year of show for our shows, and so I had planned up to what was going to be our 1 year anniversary show, which was supposed to be next November, this November was supposed to obviously be pushed back, but our big November show was going to be, I think, 9 matches, and that one was going to be a stream. Okay, let's go another singles, and let's go. Let's go Nick Gage versus Vince McMahon. Because I just think that would be something that I think everyone would get some.
Well, the last show we had, it was Looking Sharp and Craiger booking it, and they booked. Well, who was it again, chat? It was like 4 people versus Vince, basically.
Oh, it's fantastic. It has to be a death match.
It was a full deathmatch show. And even
fantastic.
Krieger was like, do you think Vince thinks that this is what a union is? Just four big guys kicking the shit out of him.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably the only union he knows because it's the union that he booked in his promotion, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Mick Foley, Big Show, Shamrock, and Test.
Yeah, wow, that's taking me back. Old 2x4s.
Hello, Echo Rebel in the chat. You're new. Hello, how are you?
Howdy. All right, next let's go 6-man tag.
All right.
And
if there's anyone on here where you don't know who they are and you want to know about them, just ask. By the way.
Okay. Let's grab. Let's grab Shug D, Gene Money, and Grado as a team.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we'll put them against.
The thing is, though, Echo Rebel with Sammy Callahan is he works for Impact, and they hate us in this game because we signed Rosemary from them.
Let's put them against the super serious big boys. So let's go Yern, let's go Mance, and well, First Trap Yern, Mance.
Oh, everybody has said that about him. Even Gene said it because it was Gene that signed him.
Do you have Eddie Kingston?
We do not. We've tried to get him a few times and he always knocks us back.
Okay. And the last person, let's add. Oh, Sekimoto, Daisuke Sekimoto.
Hell yeah!
I love that man so much.
Big beefy boy.
Oh, he's the best. He's a big teddy bear.
Have you seen him when he was the Hulk?
Yes. Oh God. A couple of years ago when he did Mania Weekend.
Yeah, it was
and then he did
Kaiju Big Battle.
Kaiju Big Battle, yeah, and that was the one where the grizzled young vets with the police.
Yeah, the sexy cops in the hot pants.
Yeah, oh, so good. All right, let's go singles match.
All right.
Let's do. David Arquette versus Danhausen.
I like the way you think.
I just book the matches I want to see. Has that match happened yet? David Arquette and Danhausen? It has to have happened somewhere, right?
I don't think it has.
How has that never happened?
I know they've done obviously RJ City's show together and stuff.
Oh God, I love that man so much. He's amazing. All right, so I'm gonna do my wife's dream match as the semi-main. Let's do her versus Martina.
Bear in mind, you still have to book Lana Austin and Bill Nakano.
Oh, okay. Let's do Lily and Martina. No, just do the four of them in a four-way match.
You can't do 4 ways.
Okay. Let's do. Let's do Lily and Lana Austin versus Martina and Bull Nakano.
That's a match.
I just think the idea of Martina and Bull Nakano as a tag.
So. Oh my bastard. Versus And I've got a wee surprise for you here as far as Lily Faye goes, by the way.
Yeah?
I've updated the attires.
Oh, wicked. Nice. Awesome. Oh, that's rad.
And Lana Ost.
Oh, wow. You got even her old, like, when she started out gear. Jeez. That was her original character. She was supposed to be like a fairy, and then she decided she would go in a completely different direction.
Ah, fair.
Hence the name, Lily Faye.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that it was derived from.
Yeah.
So
She had a whole idea what she was going to do and decided to go in a different direction with it, so... Yeah, let's do that.
So what is your main event?
Main event, Who have we still got who's...
Well, all the people that you invited in have all been booked, so we've got that.
Okay.
Christopher Saint is our champion, by the way, if that makes any difference.
Okay, yep, let's chuck him in. Let's have a title match with Chris Sabin in the main event.
So it will be Christopher Saint. Yeah, we'll give him the old House of Saint gear. And who's he defending against?
Let's defend him against Rusev, because I think Rusev deserves to go straight to a title match.
That's very fair.
I know everyone's saying that they hope that he goes off to do AEW, but I tell you, mate, that I want Rusev to go and do the GCW collective shows over a Mania weekend, because there are so many amazing matches that he could have. I tell you what, I'm desperate to have I want Rusev versus Ed. That would just be amazing.
Against who, sorry?
Effie.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, as well, is that I was looking through the list of the releases stuff, as I completely forgot. They released what's his thing? Aiden English as well, so the two of them can go out as a and work as a team.
Oh yeah, because they were great together.
Yeah, they were fantastic together. So I think I reckon that'll be possibly where they go. Assuming that Aiden English decides he wants to go back to wrestling. I know that he wasn't voluntarily on the commentary table, but
I mean, even if he was like
still great.
Rusev's acting as like Rusev's compare or whatever,
Yeah, I think it'd be fantastic to watch. I mean, they were so over as a tag team as well. They absolutely squandered all the potential they had.
What the hell's happened? Like, one of the matches has disappeared. Oh, we have a Lily Faye in the chat. Whoever that is.
Hello, Lily Faye, whoever you are. How are you?
Make sure it's right. Yeah, someone must have no-showed, but it didn't give us the notification. But thankfully, I saved it right before we started. So,
nice.
Your opening match is Cara Noir versus Hala Wicked.
Oh, I really hope that happens one day.
That would be brilliant. I'd watch the shit out of that. Also, I want to say I want to say a quick thing before we start.
Guys are fantastic.
So today, here's the thing. I know as weird as it sounds, I know my mother watches these streams. But today, basically because obviously we can't see each other right now, because of social distancing and that, and hearing the sound of her son's voice, I guess. But today is her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Yay!
Yeah. So everyone in the chat, please wish my mother a happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Yay!
And Lily, a bear as in an actual bear.
An actual bear.
An honest to God, no fooling bear.
And he's currently the IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, after beating Minoru Suzuki in 7 minutes. So, Cara Noir, Hallowicked, and just for anyone who's new here, some of the themes might not work out because we don't have the easy theme mod running at the moment since the mods are down. So the only people who will have themes are either people that I've made or people that I've downloaded and later edited. Such as Cara Noir here.
Yay! I can't believe how like the last sort of 6 months that Cara Noir's had, how he's gone from being sort of this underground indie darling to being he's Progress champion. That's something I never thought was going to happen when they said that Eddie Dennis had to vacate the belt.
Yeah, I mean, like,
when they had the 4 people it was down to. Oh man,
he's literally the champion of a WWE subsidiary.
Yeah, that is in and of itself is insane. Like when they showed the left, I was like, oh, it's gonna be Ilya, and I've got no problem with that. I think Ilya's fantastic. But like, where they were going to go and do a Mania weekend show, you know, a Progress Mania weekend show where the champion was Cara Noir. I mean, I've spoken to the guy. I've dealt with him. He's a lovely guy. He has so much of a passion for this industry. And I'm so happy for him. You know, he's worked for this for years, and between that, he had that amazing match with Pac and Riptide.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and he had some really good matches in Attack as well. They had the he was teamed with was it the Anti Fun Police, or was it CCK? He teamed with someone. I can't remember which one of the teams it was. It was just yeah. Oh, so it was fantastic. I'm so impressed with the guy, and there's just the presence he has when he comes to the ring, especially. Oh, it's beautiful. It is a thing of beauty, and I'm very, very happy for him.
And Lily says, you don't have to be good to get added into the game because I'm in there. Well, one, I did it, so you know you're good by definition, and two,
exactly.
And two, my mate Jordan has been added to the roster in this, and he literally hasn't even had a match yet. he was supposed to debut next month, and obviously that's not going to happen now. Because he's been.
I feel so sorry for all these people who had these, like, especially like some of the Mania matches that people had lined up. So sorry for some of these people who were getting like some of their legitimate dream matches.
Yeah.
Taken away from.
I mean, we were going to get Minoru Suzuki versus Orange Cassidy.
Oh, was the lead up video to that just not amazing?
I didn't see it.
Oh, I'll find it. I have the video for it somewhere. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It was shot like a what's her face? Kung Fu. Was it Redneck Kung Fu had done? And it's shot like a samurai movie.
Oh, right, okay.
It was amazing. But yeah, the GCW shows, especially the Janela book ones, are just a thing of beauty. PCO got us in, like, the resurgence of his career from Janela.
Yeah.
You know, him versus Walter, which was my match of the year for that year. It was insane. His chest afterwards was black.
I mean, I'm showing my age here, but I saw PCO wrestle live back when he was in the Quebecers.
Oh, I remember him versus Bret Hart when they wrestled. They feuded over a jacket.
Yeah. And he was a pirate for some reason.
Yeah, just because reasons. Yeah.
I mean, you had to either you had to have some kind of job to be a wrestler back then, regardless of how antiquated the notion of said job was.
Do you enjoy this sport? That's your gimmick.
Yeah, you're a plumber now.
Do you like baseball? Boy, have I got the gimmick for you. Oh man, didn't that guy, that Screwball, he was the Kiss Demon, wasn't he? Or is he ended up going being something else? He ended up being. Hang on, I'm going to look this up because this is going to.
Ed Knuckleball Schwartz, you're on about, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're right. I just can't think offhand what else he did.
Yeah, I know he went to WCW. Equal awful in WCW. Oh, it's gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to find this one out. Oh well, I'll figure it out and I'll post it when I figure it out. Oh, it was very close there by Kara. I mean, what of the shows that you had seen planned for Mania? What was the match that you were looking forward to the most?
Probably Suzuki Cassidy, to be honest. I was looking forward to just the show in general. The Warhausen one.
Yep.
I was looking forward to Effie's one.
Yep.
There's so much. Also, I want to say thank you to Alistair Harmon, David MZPWI, and Daniel Macias for the follows. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I look forward to the I look forward to the blood sport shows every year.
Oh yeah, they're always fun.
Yeah. I love the blood sport shows, and so this year one. Oh, it was close. This year's one was even better. So we were finally getting the Moxley match.
Oh yeah. And Echo Rebel now as well. Thank you all very, very much. You can't see it, but I'm trying to give you the thumbs up down the microphone. I always instinctively do like a thumbs up or whatever when I'm like thanking people for stuff like that.
Yeah, I do it too, and you're like, never mind, you can't tell. But just know that I'm doing it.
Now your opener's gone 15 minutes now, what were you thinking?
I'm sorry, I put two guys in the ring I wanted to see together.
Oh. 14:59.
That's not bad.
No worries, CJ, thank you for coming out, appreciate it. Have a good day.
Cheers, my friend.
So, 87% to start off, not bad at all. Very solid opener.
It's still one I'd love to see in person. That or Noir versus Frightmare. Just I reckon Noir versus either of the two guys from the league.
That would be great.
That'd be fantastic. Come on, Fight Club Pro. You can put that one on. I know you've got connections.
Addy Starr and Andrew Everett versus Joe Hendry and Piper Niven. I think so, Echo Rebel. I think the parts editor's worth it, but I mean, it depends what you're looking for from it. I haven't just been using it for like character specific stuff, but also just sort of general purpose stuff that isn't in the game, such as fishnet tights or eye patches. So, like with any DLC, I think it depends what you're looking for from it, but I feel I've more than had my money's worth out of it so far.
I'm still looking for this baseball ring.
Okay. Thank you, Hewitt Murray, for the follow. Paris, Tokyo, Scotland, Mexico.
Oh, I'm glad that you're gonna watch that match, Adam. If you check out the page, our YouTube page for the Heathen stuff, we'll be putting up the entire of our last show up there. So they're putting up a match every night. 4 matches up so far, 2 more to go. 1 tonight, 1 tomorrow, and then they'll putting up the post-show beatdown / shenanigan on the last day as well. So, and then the other thing we've got plans for our YouTube channel for the Heathen stuff, we've got some interviews / answer 10 questions with a whole bunch of our roster coming up. So that's something we'll have up there to look forward to. Here we go. Knuckleball was the guy's name.
Aye, Abe Knuckleball Schwartz.
It was the Brooklyn Brawler.
Of course it was.
Oh, of course it was. Wow.
Man of a million gimmicks.
I forgot how terrible that era of wrestling. There was the Goon as well. Not forget that.
Yeah.
And wasn't Cesaro's gimmick when he debuted like rugby?
Era rugby kind of look. He had those kind of like the thigh.
Yeah,
bands.
the thigh taping and stuff.
Oh, and kimchi. Oh God.
Kimchi.
Wasn't that the brawler as well, or was that Matt Bourne?
I think that might have been Matt Bourne. God, everyone had terrible gimmicks then, didn't they? Like, no, it wasn't just like it was. Literally, you were right though. It was literally, you have this job. This is your gimmick. You know?
Yeah.
Terrible shit. What, in your opinion, what is the worst gimmick? The absolute worst gimmick that someone's had?
Ooh.
Because I know that you like me are into you're into this fun, dumb side of wrestling, and the gimmicks, the comedy wrestling and stuff. What of all the gimmicks and stuff you've seen over the years, what would you say is the dumbest?
The dumbest. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, TL Hopper has to be up there.
Oh yeah, that's. Ooh. It's. I'd say. I think Farting Natalia's right up there as well.
Farting Natalia. If we're talking like specific eras of people, then Triple H insinuating that Kane's a necrophiliac.
Yeah.
Or like Vince. Like, there was that thing for a while where there was kind of like the subtext of him wanting to bone Stephanie.
Yeah. Or also Triple H insinuating that Booker T will never win the title because he's one of those people.
Oh God, that was the worst. I mean, that's not funny bad though. That was just bad.
It was just the worst, wasn't it? Like the fact that, but like someone that high up in the company, that was their Oh yes, someone just mentioned in the chat as well, Fantasio.
Fantasio was cool.
Yeah, didn't he last like one match, wasn't it?
I loved Fantasio. But then again, I'm like a sucker for stuff like that.
Didn't he? I think he had like a actual like. He'd been doing that gimmick on the Indies previously to WWE signing him, and then they just decided to like go further on with it. Like, and the other one's like what? Bastion Booger and Friar
Ferguson.
That's the one. Oh man. The good old days of shit wrestling.
Yeah. Kimber with the Queen's Quest thing. They're getting hit by a Falcon Arrow. The deal, nobody kicks out the Falcon Arrow.
Except for every time they do.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite things about wrestling. Like that and the other one that cracks me up is every time somebody hits a Falcon Arrow and Michael Cole yells out Blue Thunderbomb.
Michael Cole.
It's one of my favourite things. Like Sami Zayn would do it, and then he did a Falcon Arrow. Michael Cole's like, Blue Thunderbomb, and then he hits a Blue Thunderbomb, and he's like, oh, traditional Blue Thunderbomb. I'm like, Michael, what are you doing?
Yeah. You're literally paid to know this stuff.
I really hope Addie Starr gets to come back to the UK as well. She had some fantastic matches in AE.
She was supposed to be coming back, but like obviously it's not happening now.
Yeah,
because she was booked in Glasgow.
I love Lego stuff and interspecies and stuff as well, though. She's another one who's really she jokingly said on Twitter, it would have been like a year ago. She's like, oh, is anyone I'd love to wrestle in New Zealand. Does anyone know if there's wrestling in New Zealand? Someone tagged me. And they're like, oh, you should talk to Michael, he'd be able to help you out as a joke. And now she's legitimately planning on coming to New Zealand at some point in time to wrestle.
Oh, that'd be great, though.
Which I think is fantastic. Yeah, I'd love to have it, but it's just like, I'm going to have to buy Lego, aren't I? Lots and lots of Lego.
Well, I mean, you're still a new company. I'm sure you could get away with, like, Playmobil or something.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. We use obviously primarily New Zealand talent, but we use the old Aussie talent here and there.
Yeah.
Obviously because Australia's so close, we try. My whole mentality with that is I'm trying to. I want to use talent from Australia that wouldn't otherwise get a look in New Zealand.
Right. Okay.
So Tali, when we organised Tali to come over, it was the first time she'd wrestled in New Zealand before. I've got at the end of our second show, which you'll see the video, it's on our YouTube. Lily got called out by Lucille Brawl,
right?
Who is Queensland, and so we've got that to look forward to, and she, her tag partner as well, Bobby Bishop, is going to come over as well, which I'm really excited for. I've got Joel Bateman, the Aussie Deathmatch wrestler, is going to come at some point in time as well. I just really want to give people an opportunity. My whole thing is I want to give people who I feel get overlooked or otherwise wouldn't get a chance to come and wrestle somewhere. I want to give them an opportunity, and that's sort of what the whole mentality of our company was. Is we're using people that, like our tournament, our tournament to crown our first champion. We used a lot of people were saying mid-carders. It was mid-carders for our tournament, but I think they were just people who just needed an opportunity. Right. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. And I mean, obviously for me, the result didn't go the way I wanted. Not the person I wanted to be the champion is the champion, but hey, I'll work around that. So, and congratulations to Andrew Everett and Eddie Starr.
Yeah.
Just them.
Just put on a banger match.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'd love to see that match for real.
I mean, Andrew Everett, he's done this before. He booked a show for us. He was actually one of the ones up near the top of the table. So, well, top half at least.
You should find a place to. You should find a way to. Have you got a place where you can see all the cards from the previous shows?
Not yet, but I will work on sorting out something like that.
Yeah, you should do that. I'd be really keen to go back and actually see everyone's cards.
I mean, I've got them all uploaded to YouTube, like the actual
I've been
videos.
watching very quietly whenever I had to go into work, because obviously I work in essential services, so I'm still having to go to work and pop in and I'll put something on my screen in front of where I'm working. No one else in the office besides me at the moment, so.
And well, I've got like the leaderboard here. So Andrew Everett is currently placed 7th. With a match average of 92.9.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's quite a high standard that's been set. Last night's show was actually the lowest one we've had yet, and that was 77.6.
Damn, that's still pretty good. Yeah. I mean, if I was a wrestling show and I was 77.6% happy with the show, I'd be happy. I'd be stoked.
And the top place is one of the few people. One of only 2 people we've had do it who is not actually involved in wrestling.
Yeah, I saw that. I had a bit of a laugh.
Our good friend Maya, who's at the top with like a ridiculous 97.1 average.
God damn.
Literally the only person who has beaten that is me, when I just threw a card together one day and drew a 97.8.
Wow.
When I was just like,
when you think about
messing around one day.
Think how good a wrestling show would have, think how good an actual wrestling show it would have to be if you went to a show and like that was what you'd say the percentage was of the whole, or like the quality of the whole show.
Oh, there's an idea from Tigray in the chat, a Lego table.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that one down. That's piqued my interest.
Yeah, see Tigray, you're on a booking committee now.
Congratulations.
You know, like Rosemary, who obviously we've had be part of this as well, Courtney Rush. That was a brilliant laugh, that one.
Oh, she's the best, isn't she?
Oh, she's so cool.
It's really cool. Like, one of the things I've found is that some of the people that you least expect it in wrestling, that I've dealt with, and like on a personal level, some of the people you least expect are some of the loveliest, nicest people. I mean, obviously, I get people who message, you know, because I run a company and stuff, and
looking for bookings and what have you.
Yeah. But like, I've made some really, really good friends through that. I mean, Tali and Lucille Brawl, both of their, Tali's partner, Tommy Jewell, was supposed to be on our first show, but I think it was an MCL, he tore an MCL, so he had to pull out, and we replaced him with Kiwi wrestler called Link Barnett, who had been wrestling in Australia, who just happened to be coming into New Zealand.
Right.
It just timed, and the day that Tommy Jewell pulled out with his knee, Link Barnett had seen our show, and he messaged and said, "Hey, look, I'm going to be in the country. Would you like to have me on a show?" And it was almost like fate that it worked out quite well like that.
Yeah.
And now me and Link talk regularly about anime, video games, and stuff like that. Obviously, Mustafa Ali. Obviously, everyone's well aware that I have a very, very strong relationship with Mustafa Ali. One of the genuine nicest people I've met in my entire life, and I hear from him all the time. Checks in and watches our shows, and yeah, it's one. I never would have thought that in my life that I would find so much, like some of the best friends that I've had my entire life through wrestling.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm the same, albeit like most of them like fans, but like just through going to shows and meeting people, I've made so many like great friends.
Yeah.
And even friends with some of the wrestlers too. People like Viper and Jayla Dark and Emily Hayden.
Yeah.
Who are great people, and even though I don't know them as well as I know those three, like Gene Money and Sugar Dunkerton, who are just fantastic.
Even Gene. Gene's messaged me like. Obviously, one of the things I'm quite open with about is my struggles with mental health. I've taken that and I've used it as an opportunity to sort of help people as well on a personal level and talk and stuff. But the number of wrestlers who've spoken to me and reached out to me, and Gene's one of them. Gene's obviously quite the same. He's quite open about it and stuff. So yeah. He messaged me once when I was talking about how I was going through stuff, and gave me a lot of really, really good advice. And yeah, I think the fact that people like him exist and so open with what they've been through, we should really be like happy that there's people like Gene and Mustafa in an industry that's the sort of industry it is.
Yeah.
It's the sort of industry you wouldn't expect.
Oh,
we got a striking battle here.
No, it's frozen.
Oh no!
So it must be Rosemary that's doing it then.
Could be.
Right. So, it must be Rosemary that's doing it. unfortunately, because bloody love Rosemary, so I do.
Yeah, me too. She's fantastic.
So I'll need to look at that edit, or maybe try another one or something. Yeah, she's cursed. She's like a demon. She's broken her game.
she's very much living her character in a...
Yes, Tigray, that happened on Monday too, and I wasn't sure if it was Bigelow or Rosemary because they've been in all the matches that it's happened in. I downloaded her chainsaw and then made up my own copy and made some like adjustments and stuff. So what I will do, I'll need to, obviously I'll skip by the matches we've already done.
Yep.
But we'll count the scores from the first run.
That's fine, yep.
Oh, that's a scunner, that is. How's everyone in the chat doing, by the way? You all good? Yeah, because it literally happened when we had Rosemary on the stream. So...
Maya! It did crash again!
Hello, Maya! Yeah, I'll test off stream, but I'll skip that match in the meantime. Maya, our reigning champion of the leaderboard. Unless you count, like, the time I had to go. Not that I'm biased or anything.
Just a tad, eh?
Yeah, just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. That's true, Chainsaw. It has been a bit funny since the mods went down. Not as bad since the patch last night, I noticed, but... Yeah.
With book on people at work.
You think she's kidding, she's not. If you go back and watch the one where we had Viper on...
I understand, that's the brutal honesty there. I would never, ever, ever, ever disagree.
Well, what, Toxic Turtley Top wants a barbed wire match. I mean, once we've got through this card, absolutely we'll do a barbed wire match.
Ooh, nice.
So 94. So yeah, at least I know what the problem is now, so I can take preventative steps or whatever.
Figure out what the situation is. Oh, I'm looking forward to the next match.
Right, I'll save it there, just to err on the side of caution.
Barbed wire. No opponent, just barbed wire.
Right. So, Nick Gage versus Vince McMahon. No disqualifications. Let's go.
Let's do this.
No, it's let's do this.
This?
Okay.
Nick Gage. He's something else, isn't he?
Yeah. Part of our...
I've never seen somebody become such a cult hero so fast.
Part of our motorcycle gang faction, Hex Rascals.
Oh, nice. Have you seen the match between him and Ricky Shane Page, where Ricky Shane Page finally won that title?
I have not, no. I'm a bit behind on independent wrestling, to be honest.
There was literally a riot at the end of the show.
Oh, really? Yeah, because Nick Gage is loved.
Yeah, and Ricky Shane Page is definitely not. Again, Ricky Shane Page, another really, really, really lovely guy. But boy, did the crowd hate him.
I mean, Krieger was putting him over last night because they worked together in ICW.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had a match. Not the type of match Krieger would usually have.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he's like, yeah, lovely guy. I'm not used to that kind of wrestling, but he guided me through it quite the thing, and we had a fun match.
Yeah. That's really cool. He's another guy as well. I've just heard such amazing things about, in all my dealings with him. He's really, really, really lovely. And it's just nice that there's just good people in business, in wrestling, in the business.
Yeah, oh, totally. That's been my thing with this. Like, through the Wrestling Without Context account, there's obviously, like, there's some big names follow that and stuff. And
yeah, and people love to share your stuff, and it's great.
And there's big names through that I could probably reach out to, but it's more important to me to have, like, people who I know are good people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And not I'm trying to shit on anyone in particular or anything like that, but just like people like yourself and like people
I've made it very clear that I'd rather work with, like, it's all well and good having the best wrestler, but I'd rather work with the best person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and what I'm very, very, very like happy about is that all the people who've been on my shows, all the people that I deal with, we have a tradition here. Is the day before a show, obviously because we have a lot of talent come and they need a place to stay, so a lot of them more often than not come and we house them here. They stay at our house.
Yeah.
And we end up with a house of like 8 or 9 wrestlers. We have a big barbecue at our house the night before a show. Okay. I love the atmosphere and the sort of just how everyone gets on really well. Everyone has fun. Everyone enjoys themselves, and it is kind of like a sitcom, a house full of wrestlers. But I mean, like some of the best stuff comes out of it. I mean, at our show in February, we had a match between Justice Sharp and Aspen, and the two of them were taking shots at each other back and forth on Twitter while we had this barbecue here, and she was at the airport on the way flying into Australia. And during all of this, they were taking shots at each other while this barbecue was going on, and Justice managed to talk himself into Twitter to a title shot for her women's championship while having drinks in the barbecue.
Oh. That sounds great.
Yeah, that match actually goes up tonight on our page. So,
awesome.
And that was a lot of fun because it was as well. But that was for me. It was testing the waters, whether or not how people would deal in Hamilton, how they would feel about intergender wrestling, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where people are still a bit iffy with it. But I made a point of saying that my belt is, our main title is, it's gender neutral. I don't feel a woman's title is necessary. I feel like it's just, it shouldn't be you are the best women's wrestler, it should be you are the best wrestler.
Yeah. Also, to Turtley in the chat, I have not seen Madison Miles wrestle, but I've heard the name, I've heard nothing but good things about her.
I know the name, but I can't put a finger on it.
Yeah, I've heard the name, and like, I keep meaning to check her out because I've heard she's like really good. So.
Yeah, exactly. As Lilyface says as well, there's not enough women wrestling in New Zealand to warrant enough. We've got four women's titles in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And maybe 6 active women's wrestlers in New Zealand. So yeah, it's I thought it was it's necessary intergender wrestling. Lily will tell you she enjoys wrestling the guys. Her and just to show are desperate for a match against each other, and as part of Redacted as well, she gets in there ups in with the boys as well. But in saying that though, I mean there's still a place for obviously women's matches. Not even women's matches, just two women wrestling. I mean, Lily and Tali was fantastic.
Oh yeah, I mean, as I said, that was one of the ones I did watch when I was making Lily in the game, and I was like, hey, this is a damn fine match.
Yeah, I was so happy with that match. And then the best part was that was our semi-main, and the main event was the end of our tournament to crown our champion. And all four of the guys who were in that match were afterwards, as the two girls walked out the back, they were just like, how are we supposed to follow that? And of course they did. I ended up getting choke breaker, and that was fun.
I was going to say, I saw a similar situation once. One of the first Scottish independent shows I went to back in like 2012 was actually ran by a couple of comedians over here who are like big wrestling fans and wanted to try and use like their name value in Scotland to put a little bit of like spotlight on these guys and girls. And the main event of the show was Lionheart against Noam Dar.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, it was fantastic. But the semi-main event that they had to follow was Kaylee Ray versus Nikki Storm, who's obviously now Nikki Cross. And they had an absolute blinder as well.
Especially given it's those two. Those two are fantastic.
But like they ran. Oh my God, Vince just won. Vince has choked out Nick Gage.
What? What have I done?
Your show's a disaster. And he won't release the hold.
What have I done? Oh no. Vince McMahon, deathmatch legend.
We did. I did say it, didn't I?
Oh my God! I can't believe this is a thing which is happening. Vince McMahon, deathmatch legend.
Right. So since this one's a 6-person tag, I've whacked up the speed a bit just because they tend to drag a bit when you run them normal speed. God damn it! The chat are furious.
I'm perfectly accepting the fact that I'm not going to beat your score, but I just had Vince McMahon beat Nick Gage. I mean, if that's my footnoted history, so be it. Oh no, what have I done?
Pumpkin just says you should have booked more hot people.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is why, like, maybe he shouldn't have booked Vince. I don't know.
He just beat Nick Gage. Oh, what have I done? Oh, yeah. Here's a team.
This is the thing, I made like Shug's entrance go on for a bit just because I really like his theme.
It's good, eh? It's really good. You had him on recently as well, eh?
Oh yeah, he was one of the first people that came on. Him and
I love that guy. He's fantastic.
Yeah, the first ones were, I think, like Gene, Viper, and Shug. And of the wrestlers, Shug has the highest score.
Did he just book hot people as well?
No, he booked he booked a tag team tournament.
Oh wow, that's really cool. Really, I was really stoked to see that he's getting a lot more exposure, because I think he's someone who should be everywhere.
He's so good.
And he's so nice as well. He's the nicest.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, he said to me, and he said this to me a few times. He said it on the stream, and he said it to me in person as well. He said, "I never set out to be a comedy wrestler." He's a very good wrestler who just happens to be hilarious in my eyes. But the way he put it is just like, I just really like dicking around.
Yeah. I mean, the stuff he's done while he was in the UK has just been spectacular. Yeah, Sugar and Sammy, that was something.
Wrong man went over though.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm biased though.
There,
I am so biased.
Yeah, well, we all are. We all biased.
how can... It's not possible to not love Sugar Dunkert, and he's just the best. I sent you the matches he had with Gene in Discovery, right?
Yeah, yeah. Is this the one with the Money Taker?
The Undertaker, yeah.
Undertaker?
The Undertaker does make a cameo in his No Rush thing, by the way. Or, sorry, Don't Rush thing.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Have you seen Nina Samuels' one?
No, I haven't.
It's the entire video is her and all her various gear.
But you know she used to be in a stable with Gene Money.
Yeah. Was it the Buffet Club?
Yeah. them Rob Cage and a couple of other people from down in England who I can't remember the name of at the moment.
Oh, it's so good. Wrestling is beautiful and weird all at the same time.
Exactly. That's why we love it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so good.
So, Gene is a workhorse in this, by the way.
As he is in real life.
Well, at one point we booked him in a match against Okada, and in game it ran. In game it ran for 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, not even Kenny could pull that one off.
Right, because my logic behind booking Gene against Okada was I wanted to have, you know, like the Ainsley Lariat versus the Rainmaker, or that damn dirty dog versus the Rainmaker, or you know,
I think he's got
or Baker Street versus the Rainmaker.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen Have you been watching, obviously, the stuff that he was doing in Breed with Martina?
Yes. Oh, that's been fantastic.
So I wanted that match to end, but in that death match, and that didn't happen. And then obviously, it was supposed to happen at what was supposed to be the next show, and then that hasn't happened. So I think this match is never going to win between the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, it might literally go on for years. And yes, Brazier Hawk. It's the closest I could approximate in game to Gene's nipple tape.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite spots in wrestling is when they pull his nipple tape off.
There was one of the Discovery matches where he was the Undertaker. He went to do, you know, like the Undertaker leg drop on the apron.
Yeah.
And he, like, the opponent like moved and he like just came down arse first on the apron. And it's just like the whole venue just hear him crying out like, "Oh, me bum!"
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, congratulations, Team Jern. I'm going to say Jern because I know it really upset Lily Fat. Jern.
Or John.
Jern, yeah. It's because she's Dutch and it's finally somebody of her nationality, and I butcher his name constantly. There it is.
So next up...
Here we go, David Arquette versus Danhausen. Hell yeah.
I would watch the absolute shit out of this.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. There was...
And saying that though, remember David Arquette versus Nick Gage was a thing?
Yeah. Like, ended with literally David Arquette shooting on Nick Gage.
He beat the shit out of Nick Gage. What the hell?
There was another match we were talking about on one of these with when we had Aisha Raymond and Jam O'Malley on, and it's a match that, like, obviously with me and Jam being Scottish, and we couldn't for the life of me or the life of us think of it ever having happened, and it was a DCT versus Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Like, we cannot think of that having happened anywhere, which is weird, because they both came through the Source Wrestling School round about the same time. They've been in a lot of the same companies, you know, like ICW obviously, and Reckless Intent, a lot of the, you know, like the Scottish-based companies.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as we can remember, it's never happened. I mean, if
how has it never happened? Have you looked on Cage Match to see if
We've not looked on Cage Match, but I mean, like Jam literally has booked for like some of the companies that they work for. So I know for a fact it's not happened in Discovery. Jam says it's not happened in Reckless. It's never happened in ICW because the entrance Joe did would have been everywhere.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I'm gonna look online while we're talking.
Like Joe just close to your neck of the woods. DCT just back from Australia. I understand he had like a crackery run there.
He worked with a lot of my mates over there, and it was really cool to see him how well he was doing over there.
I mean, I watched. I can't remember the opponent, but it was like a hype vid for one of his matches, and it was.
Oh, they were doing him versus, wasn't it like Mike Burr and Richie Taylor, and then he also showed up as a surprise entrant in the tournament for Underworld when they were crowning in champion.
I think it might have been a hype vid for the match with Richie Taylor, and like seeing, because obviously like over here he was more of it was more of a comedy thing that he was doing, and seeing like how different he was and actually being like serious and stuff and like knocking it out of the park. That was like great to see, because he's one of the he's always been like he's one of those people you'll never hear anyone say a bad word about.
Yeah, he's all the people I know who work with him in Aussie have said the same thing, that he was lovely.
He's very, very funny as well. He's a really funny guy.
There we go. DCT versus Joe Hendry. ICW, 21st of October 2017. Fear and Loathing Tour 2017. They were opposite each other in a couple of tag matches. And ICW 0G and World Heavyweight Title 7-man ladder match.
I think I was at that one. That was Fear and Loathing, right?
Yeah.
Because I was raging because they didn't give Joe Hendry one of his fancy entrances.
So there you go. It's happened on a random live event.
Oh, here we go. I don't know why Arquette's got the worm, but I'll take it.
Go Arquette. To be fair, if anyone's going to have the worm, it's going to be Arquette.
Yeah. Aurora Borealis at this time of year.
Yeah.
Localised entirely within this ring housing.
Yeah. May I see it?
No housing. No swearing.
Oh, he's gone for it again.
Oh, punch to the dick by David Arquette.
Nothing like the old dick punch.
Yeah. When in doubt, punch the dick.
Yeah, never fails.
Yeah. Welcome back, Maya.
Isn't there a documentary about Arquette just come out recently about his wrestling career?
Yeah, I've not got around to watching it yet.
Yeah, I'm really keen to watch it. I know that because old RJ City was promoting.
Up yours, Michael Hazen.
Hey, have you spoken to RJ City to see if he'd be interested to do a stream?
Not yet, no, but I would. I was talking to Courtney Rush. Like, she's pretty good pals with him, obviously, and she was like, "Yeah, I think he'd be up for it."
I'd love to see the sort of show that he'd book.
I mean, we do have him in the game, so.
Excellent.
Courtney Rush booked him against a bear.
They're such great friends. I love you, my friend. Fight a bear.
I'm sorry, I love you.
Basically that, yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Didn't Vince beat the bear as well?
No. Nobody's beaten the bear in this fire promoter save that we have.
Yeah.
Missed a few shows here and there. Has anyone booked Warhausen? Yeah, I'm sure they were on the last show, actually. Like, not the last show on this stream, but the one the other night.
How good would that main event have been for the Castlevania show?
Oh god, yeah.
The WrestleMania. I'm so gutted we didn't get that. And I'm like, also, I'm one of the small group of people who really, really liked, what are they called?
The Ascension.
Yeah, I'm gutted what they did to them on the main roster, but the fact that they're running with that that wacky sort of like wasteland gimmick.
Yeah.
They're perfect now. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do in the scene.
Oh, there
And it
we
was
go.
cool that was going to be their attack as well, you know.
Up yours.
Congratulations, Danhausen, on the Winhausen.
Oh yeah, the Fashion Police sketches were amazing.
Oh, were they not amazing? Like, here's the thing: WWE dropped the ball with that so bad because what was the story that they were doing? Nothing came of it. Here you go, Lily. Here's your match.
Yeah, and Lily, you're in for a surprise because since I uploaded the picture of the you that I made to Twitter, I have updated the look and added more attires and everything.
So your match, Lily, is Session Moth Martina and Bull Nakano versus you and Lana Austin. Have fun.
Is this the part again where I make everyone jealous by pointing out that I've seen Bull Nakano live?
Oh, god damn it.
Showing my age.
She's one of the best wrestlers ever. That not understated at all.
Oh god, yeah. There she is, the first lady of wrestling without contest.
She's someone that we are absolutely desperate to book.
Oh yeah.
She's done Aussie, and she was supposed to be doing Aussie again later this year, and obviously everything's fallen apart there. But yeah, that's Lily's dream match, eh? This Session Moth Martina.
And here we go. With Lily's music.
Dead. Dead Martina. Wasn't Lana Austin supposed to go and do Japan shortly as well?
I think so, yeah.
Gutted for her. She's someone who deserves to be everywhere. She's great.
Here we go. I'm nothing if not meticulous, Lily. And Lana Austin was me as well.
Looks really, really good.
Nobody had made her. Which
How's nobody made it?
Yeah, I know. Same with like Sammy Jane. Nobody had made her.
Oh, Sammy Jane's great.
It was like of the Scottish scenes. The only Scottish wrestlers up on it, apart from obviously like Drew, Nikki, were the NXT UK people, Joe Hendry, and like a handful of the more obvious ICW names.
Yeah.
People like BT Gunn and Lionheart and that. Whereas most of the Scottish people that I have in this game, I've had to make myself. Same with the Irish people. The only Irish people that I didn't make were Katie Harvey, Martina, and Scotty Davis.
Wow, I would have expected a bit more than that.
Most of them are Trontastic. The updated, like the Martina I have there, I made, but I downloaded, but I made adjustments. Like I made that attire using some of the stuff that people uploaded using the Parts Craft, and this updated Lily Faye is not up yet. It's just the old versions so far.
As a Scottish person, how are you feeling about the title?
About like Drew winning?
about the fact that there's 5 Scottish champions across WWE.
Fantastic. I mean, like, Drew, obviously everyone's known for ages how good he is, how hard he works. Kaylee Ray is a lovely person. And again, works so hard, bumps like somebody who doesn't want to live.
God, doesn't she ever? Christ.
She's so good, and she's one of those people where success hasn't changed her at all. Nikki is an insanely hard worker, really funny person, insanely talented. Mark and Wolfie. I mean, Wolfie's been around for years. Also, hello to that Steffer, the big Habs fan. Oh, a Habs fan! Saku Koivu. With Wolfgang, like, for many years, and it was, I don't know if anyone will remember, in like 2012, I think, there was a Vice documentary about ICW.
I remember that.
And Wolfgang was on that, and he was saying things like, you know, I'm happy where I am. You know, wrestling, you know, a few times a month, running my pub kind of thing. And I guess eventually it just got that wasn't enough for him anymore. And because anyone who's known or watched Wolfie over the years would tell you how good he is. And
he is fantastic. Like, even you go back and watch, like, the first time that he got exposure in WWE and he did the UK tournament.
Oh God, yeah.
The reaction to him, like, he's a cult hero.
And like, yeah, I mean, the first Scottish independent show I went to, he was in the main event against Fergal Devitt.
Oh wow!
It's on YouTube. Fantastic match. And it's like the last show where the ICW used the old shitty blue ring. And Mark Coffey. I mean, like, anyone who's known me for a while knows how high I've always been on the Coffey brothers.
Yeah.
Like, when I first started going to the ICW shows, there was a lot of names I was already familiar with, you know, and again, the more obvious ones at the time, you know, like Lionheart, Mikey Whiplash, Noam Dar, James Scott, whereas the Coffey brothers were the first guys that I saw that I wasn't already familiar with, where I was like, right, I like these guys. And, you know, time and time again, they just, like, continue to outdo themselves, and I'm really, really happy that Mark's in the position he is. Because I feel like for a while in the Scottish scene, he kind of played second fiddle to Joe.
Yeah, you can understand that, eh?
Yeah, because they're both so good.
He's in his own right, he's a fantastic wrestler.
Yeah, so seeing him in that position and, like, having the title and having held it for a wee while now is really cool, and I'm really happy for him. The only downside is that Jackie Polo isn't there with them. Also, thank you, Steffer, the Habs fan, and Trontastic for the follows. Appreciate it. It must be because I mentioned Saku Koivu with Steffer, I think. I mean, I'm behind the times on my hockey, but, like, Saku Koivu, Yannick Perrault, Markov, that was my team.
Did you find with the Coffey brothers as well that you appreciated them more having seen them live?
Oh, totally.
Like, do you find that there's wrestlers that, like, because I've found it as well when I've gone to shows, there are people that when I've seen them wrestle live, I've gotten it in comments. Like, you get it, you get what the hype is, you get why everyone talks so highly of them and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, Joe Coffey especially with that. Like, everything, like, it's not until you watch him live in person you realise how good everything he does looks.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, and I think it's like the highest compliment I can pay a wrestler who isn't doing like a comedy gimmick or whatever, at least, which is a lot of his matches don't look like two wrestlers putting on a good match. They look like two wrestlers trying to win a match.
Yeah.
Like, the best example I can think of that is the matches he had in Discovery Wrestling with Chris Hero.
Oh wow, I have to check those out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're both up on YouTube, and they're both like phenomenal. Because he's one of the guys, and I talked about this the other day. The Martina pins Lana Austin.
Oh no! Hey, B.
Right as Lily says.
Well, Lily, wait. Lily, you didn't lose. That just means that there's you versus Session Moth in a one-on-one match is definitely something that needs to happen down the line to make up for the fact that or you versus Lana Austin to make up for the fact that Lana Lee.
Yeah, because you were like, oh, you know, she'll kick out of this. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what I was saying then. I get distracted easy.
You're talking about like the Discovery matches between Mark and.
Yeah, like Discovery, I was talking about this the other day, but because we had Alan, who is the promoter for Discovery, on. And one of the things I've always really liked about Discovery, and it's kind of like what you were saying with like running Heathen Combat, where they tried to build the company around people who, at least at the time, weren't really getting a fair shout elsewhere. Or weren't, in my opinion at least, being booked in the positions that they maybe should be. You know, so like people like Joe Coffey, Damien O'Connor, who obviously now Killian Dane, Lewis Girvin, Christopher Saint, who's coming out right now. And they've always had a really good mix of like local guys, new people, and like bringing in the right imports.
Yeah.
Because they've had like, you know, Chris Hero, they've had the Elite, they've had Tommaso Ciampa, like right before he officially joined WWE, Candice LeRae.
And that's the thing. There's you can get the people that everybody else gets.
Oh, totally.
You know, there's certain indie wrestlers that you see everywhere.
Yeah.
But I would rather, like, I could bring over as far as Kiwis bring over Aussies into New Zealand. Everyone looks at MCW and PWA. MCW in Melbourne and PWA in Sydney. And that's fine. They're the two biggest companies in Australia. I completely understand it. But I would rather, like, the people who are in those companies are like the ones who are going to go on to WWE, you know, the ones who've gone on to New Japan and stuff like that. Like, you know, Shazza McKenzie, who is one of the most prolific independent wrestlers around at the moment. I'm heartbroken for her because she had such an amazing WrestleMania weekend planned, and I mean she'll bounce back, but how she's not been signed by anyone, I'll never know. But I mean, it's still early days for some people. But like, as far as me, I look at when I went to Aussie and I did the MCW and the Underworld shows. I was looking more at the undercard, at people who are, you know, the people who are there, and then I look at I've looked at Adelaide and Perth and Queensland, places that people don't really look at.
Yeah.
Like the wrestling scene in Adelaide is absolutely phenomenal, and I'm pretty certain that I've tagged you promos from their big guy over there, Rat Daddy, because Rat Daddy's promos are basically
remember those ones.
yeah. So on like Rat Daddy, the guy was feuding with AJ Istria. That's where Bronson Reed, Jonah Rock started out.
Yeah.
Up in Queensland, you've got that's where Lucille Brawl and Bobby Bishop are from, and they've got an amazing scene up there. They've got it varies. You've got your super serious wrestlers like Smashface Mitch, and Dragon, but then you've also got they've got a great comedy wrestling scene up there as well. They've got Outback Adam, they've got Combat Wombat, they've got
I love the name already.
AEW Manatee, which is a guy who wrestles as a manatee, who was a champion for ages.
Wasn't there? Is that where they had a wrestler who was basically Pikachu?
Yes, that's Wrestling Go. Yeah, Wrestling Go in Sydney, which is a fun family-friendly promotion. They had a match recently where Maddie Wahlberg, who is super athletic, massive, can do everything.
Mm-hmm.
He and Kingsley, who Kingsley is there's a tag team called Lux. I'm pretty certain you might have seen some of their promos as well.
Right. Yeah.
So Lux as a tag team, Kingsley is the mouth and Cena is the brawn. So you basically got a loudmouth and a serial killer as a tag team.
Yeah.
Kingsley and Maddie Wahlberg swapped. It was a Freaky Friday situation, and they did a whole match where they wrestled in the style of each other. Kingsley did a suicide dive. I've never. I'll see if I can find the match for you and show you. It was spectacular. But yeah, they have a Pikachu is a regular wrestler. Yeah, the Aussie scene really is something. But there's so many little hidden so many little hidden gems and little wrestlers who don't get a look in otherwise.
Yeah. And
my whole thing is I want to give them an opportunity. I want to give those people an opportunity. Did Rusev just win the belt?
Yep.
New champion! Congratulations on your debut in the independent scene.
And look at the nicest score.
Nice.
I mean, that'll bring the average down, but it's worth it.
Oh, so worth it. But hey, I've left my impression on your promotion now.
Yeah.
Rusev Day.
Because
absolutely wrecked it.
Yeah, that's why it got such a low score, because of how one-sided it was, basically.
I'm happy for him. Like I said, I hope that he doesn't just grab a contract with AEW and go straight to wrestling for AEW. I would absolutely love the American independent scene. Can you imagine as well? Can you imagine Rusev in New Japan or All Japan?
I was about to say, put Rusev in the G1.
Oh God, yes. I want Rusev versus Ishii.
Yeah, that's the one everyone's. Rusev versus Toriano.
Oh God, yes. Oh, or like Rusev Day as the tag team in the World Tag League.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I'd well be into that.
I'm hoping this is the sort of stuff that happens. I know, the thing that I have a big issue with, everyone's just like,
Shibata left New Japan.
Oh, all these people have been kicked out of WWE. I hope they go to AEW. It's like there's more out there for AEW is great. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but I think that the wrestling industry is strong enough and sufficient enough now that people can go to places outside of the big two, or now I suppose the big three if you include New Japan as well, which technically you would. There's so much more out there. I mean, look at Chris Brooks. Chris Brooks was offered the WWE contract and he turned it down because he wanted to wrestle, and everyone's like, oh, it's all good, he'll go to DDT, to New Japan, sorry, and he went to DDT instead. I think more people in wrestling should follow, and I think they're starting to do it now, more people are following their passion than the paycheck.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, I think it's great. So,
and that's, I mean, and look at, I mean, the GCW collective shows over Mania weekend, infinitely better than, I'd say, anything that some of the matches on there, anything better than what would have been on what was on Mania, even the stuff that could have been on Mania.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Right, so we're going to give you something a little extra here.
What are we going to do?
We're going to give you a Mustafa Ali match.
Yeah, buddy!
So it's one that I've downloaded and kind of touched up the appearance a bit.
Yep. Can I get him versus Jordan Devlin?
You certainly can.
Because that is a match that I have been absolutely dying for.
And well, I've got this bit open because I've been changing some of the appearances using stuff that people have uploaded with the Parts Craft.
No, I'm not doing Mustafa versus Lily. I can't deal.
No.
Don't do that to me.
No, I don't want to. I already got my ass handed to me.
Yeah, like that's literally the only OTT people that are in the game, and I made most of them.
Wow, look at that roster. That's OTT has such an amazing roster, though, doesn't it?
Oh god, yeah. Like, and for how young some of them are.
Yeah. Oh, and did you see the news this morning about being for?
Oh yeah, it's terrible. Like,
The worst. Like, oh, it's horrible, horrible, horrible. I hope. Like, the thing is that OTT is so good that they'll bounce back.
also, I have unfinished as yet, but I have an Ashley Vega in the works.
Oh, nice.
Right. So
Nice.
you wanted Mustafa Ali versus Jordan Devlin. The landlord, Chainsaw, the landlords
Yeah.
of OTT's training school basically had them shut it down because they weren't able to pay the rent on it.
They wanted the full rent up front straight away, which is it's horrible and heartbreaking, and I feel so bad for them all because they were. Yeah, I mean the stuff, the wrestlers that are coming out of OTT. I mean, Scotty Davis is going. He's so young, and he is going to be. He's someone. He doesn't go straight to the WWE. I hope he goes. Or is he? He's talking about doing Best of Super Juniors, isn't he?
Oh, that would be amazing. He'd be outstanding.
Fantastic. Yeah. Just like.
Where the hell is Jordan Devlin?
I think it was up.
A sec.
Top.
There he is. It's not the best Jordan Devlin. I'll edit it at some point.
He's somebody as well, old Devlin, who between the first and second UK tournaments, how different a wrestler did he become?
Oh yeah, I mean, like the first time I saw him live was like I think late 2012, early 2013.
Yeah.
And he was in a tag team back then, the Big Hangovers with Sean McGuinness, and he was good then, but like how much he's come on since then is absurd.
And Lily will tell you this. I believe that Jordan Devlin is the most well-rounded wrestler in the industry at the moment.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely up there at the very least.
He can do everything. I think he is fantastic in ring. He cuts a hell of a promo. He's definitely got the look. He can adapt and wrestle a match with anyone. I mean, you go from a couple of years ago, my match of the year across the entire industry was him versus Will Ospreay in it was like a throwaway match on a Progress show, and it was insanely good. It started off in like Will Ospreay wasn't taking him seriously, and it just ramped up, and then you had the series with Walter, and then the stuff with David Starr, the stuff with in NXT UK with Travis, the stuff with Finn, and now he's the cruiserweight champion for whatever's going to happen there. And it's a shame that obviously this is everything's been locked down because the matches he could have with the 205 Live roster and the NXT roster are going to be like.
I would say it as well to anyone.
He's still can't be NXT now, isn't he? Because he's left OTT.
I don't know if it's online or not, but if Discovery put it online, watch the match he had with Joe Coffey.
Yep, sounds like a plan to me.
But
this is a match I've been dying to see and happen for real.
Yeah, I've only made sort of minor changes to this Ali. That was a pretty good one anyway. It was just like they had the skin tone kind of wrong. It was a bit redder than it probably should have been.
Yeah.
And I used some of the new parts from the Stardom pack to update his tights here.
Looks good, man.
Yeah, because the way they had it before was just the basic in-game stuff they had used to make it, and it was like the red tights.
I can't for the life of me figure out why they're just not putting him on TV, or why they haven't built the public face of the company around him. You know?
Yeah.
He is...
Oh yeah, he's one of the guys. Like when you talk about I mean, obviously the biggest example is John Cena. The amount of like charity work and stuff like that he does, and Ali's absolutely one of the guys that could fill that role.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the stuff even just the stuff that he's done. I mean, I'm obviously a bit biased. The stuff he's done to help me, the stuff he's done for someone will message him and be like, hey. This is for my kid. Can you help me with? Is there a possibility you can help me with this? And the way he'll go out of his way to help individual people, and then he does public speaking now as well.
Yeah.
He donates. I know he's donated tons of money to various charities and stuff. And that's and I 100% agree with Maya there. It's because he's not a white person with a normal sounding name, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
But how can you? And it's just and I agree with what the comment in there as well. It's the same about with Sami Zayn. How can you Sami Zayn as a heel was fantastic, but it's so weird seeing the differentiation between TV heel Sami, and then he'll post a promo and he'll be stuff, and then the post straight after it is here's me with this amazing like mobile hospital I've set up in Syria.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I hate seeing the number of people who say about Mustafa Ali though, oh, turn him heel because he should be heel because because of who he is.
No.
His whole story is that he
trying to break away from the stereotypes.
Yeah, he was running the terror gimmick with the headscarf and everything, and he said that he went to an independent show, and a kid who would have been no older than like 7, he said, was screaming out that he hopes he died, and he's like, he went backstage and he said, I'm not doing this anymore. And and he's done now. I mean, his whole persona is don't perceive a person based on their looks, perceive a person based on their actions. And I think that's something that I desperately believe needs to be focused more on in the wrestling industry.
Oh God, yeah.
So I'm hoping when he comes back, like they give him a fair shot, and they give him a push, because I mean his first shot on the main roster was a shot with Daniel Bryan, and he just won a match.
Yeah. Hey. And there was a run-in about to happen, but they were too late.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, there was a run-in about to happen, but he won too quickly.
Oh, okay. Wonder who would have run.
I don't know. It's weird because the way the roster works, or the roster working game, is like the way I've got it. The WWE bit divided up, at least, is apart from like stables and what have you. I've just got it like Raw, SmackDown, NXT kind of stuff, and so for like, say for like, if it had been someone running in to help Devlin, it would have been someone from NXT UK.
Oh yeah.
But I just don't know who.
Mm.
But the way we always end these streams.
Yep.
Who's going to fight a bear in a shoot fight?
Are you going to fight a bear in a shoot fight?
Yeah.
Let's have a think. Who's going to fight a bear in a shoot fight? I'm not going to make you do it.
Yeah, that was a suggestion in the chat earlier.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat, yeah. What about... Do you have Curtis Chapman?
Do I have who? Mad Kurt?
Mad Kurt.
No, actually, no one's done him, but he's on my to-do list.
Mad Kurt versus a bear is something I'd love to see in the future.
Hey, what about you?
Me?
You.
Oh my god, yes, I'm in this. Yes, me versus a bear. Let's do it.
I'll point out, I am one of the people who has beaten the bear in a shoot fight.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Also, you don't have that much pressure.
Is that Lily in the background critiquing my work?
It is. She's sitting just beside me with our little one. They're watching. I'll try not to die, but I can't make any promises.
Now, be warned, this bear's a tricky one.
Of course it is. It's a bear.
Yeah. The bear shoot fight, as always, refereed by the giant from Twin Peaks.
God, so good. I went back and I watched the most recent season of Twin Peaks again recently, and I completely forgot that there's a Kiwi band playing in the bar.
Which one?
The Vales.
Oh, I didn't know they were from New Zealand.
Yeah, Finn Andrews is from New Zealand. I've seen them heaps. They're an amazing band, but it's so weird. I went back and watched it and I was like, I know this song. I looked, I was like, that's who it is.
Yeah, because that's actually the song I use as my entrance music in this.
Oh, Axolotl, it's fantastic. That whole album's fantastic. Actually, everything they've done is fantastic. But they never really got I'd say they wouldn't get a fair shot in New Zealand, so he buggered off overseas, which enough.
Yeah.
New Zealand music industry is it's a strange and brutal thing.
Right, you've bust open the bear, by the way.
Yeah, I made the bear bleed. Go, Michael. Hey, Melody, who's going to win between Daddy and the bear? You think me? Okay. Think I'm gonna get the bear? Okay. Yeah, triangle, face punches. Oh man.
Round two.
In all my life, I didn't think my career would end with me fighting a bear.
And yet.
You think the bear now? Oh no. It's not promising.
You gotta believe.
You were tricking me. Oh man.
Oh, headbutt the bear plums.
This is great. Oh man.
This is how we end every stream, by the way.
That's fantastic.
Shoot fights with a bear.
Have you done Rusev versus a bear? Because that's something I can 100% see happen.
I think we did, and I think the bear won. The people.
Oh, Vladimir Putin would be so disappointed.
A couple of our Super Pro Wrestle people have beaten the bear, including me. Apart from that, the only people who have beaten the bear that I can remember offhand are Aisha Raymond, Chris Hero, Brad Armstrong, and Tyler Bate. Oh, and Effie.
I could see Tyler Bate versus a bear being a thing that happened.
Yeah, Effie beat the bear as well, and I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere.
That's fantastic. Effie beat the bear.
Oh yeah, and Michael Elgin did it.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
There you go, Melody just informed me that's definitely not a real bear.
Huh. Bear plane spin.
It has to be a costume, apparently. Oh, big swing!
Yeah, the bear plane spin.
If he likes bears, pass it on. Isn't there, I'm pretty certain that there's probably a t-shirt that says Effie.
Oh.
Because we're not allowed to be happy.
Did the bear beat me?
The bear has beaten you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, KO'd by a bear. Not how I wanted to go out, but them's the break. Although I did last 3 rounds.
Yeah, not everyone gets to the 3rd round, so there is that.
3rd round knockout by a bear.
So that'll wrap it up. I would like to thank Michael very much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome back anytime, especially when we get the mods working. Then you'll have a bit more freedom about what you're able to book.
Yeah, man, we'll definitely work this out. I'm quite keen to come do this again. This is fun.
Yeah, and also thank you to Lily as well for joining in the chat. Mm-hmm. And we are going to raid my friend Mechaweed, who's a very good guy. He's playing Call of Duty. But don't let that fool you. He's actually nice. He's a good friend of mine, like in real life. I was at his wedding and everything. So yeah, very cool guy. Go and tell him I said hello. Thank you to Michael and to Lily for coming out. I'm going to come on tomorrow and just kind of mess around. Just like maybe some Super Pro Wrestle stuff and that, and whoever's able to make it and join me is more than welcome to do so. And then on Sunday I'll be back with American-based wrestling writer Kate Foray.
Yay, Kate!
Oh, and where can people find out about Heathen Combat?
You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Heathen Combat. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Heathen Combat, and the YouTube channel we need more subscribers so I can get the custom channel thing, but you'll find us on there as well. Putting up a match a day at the moment for another couple of days, which is our show from February, All Panic No Disco. And yeah, as soon as the world calms the fuck down, then I can start running shows again. But other than that, yeah, give us a follow. Would love to get the name out there and get the word out there. And if there's anyone you'd love to see in Heathen Combat, sure. I mean, I'm definitely casting my eye far and wide about people that we can have in the promotion. And yeah, I mean, I'd love to have more people follow us.
Yeah, well, go and do that. So here we go. We're going to nip away and we're going to say hello to Mechaweed. Go and tell him I said hello. Catch you all later. Bye for now.
Catch you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
And we're off.